Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Mary C, a Ugandan living in Sweden, Gothenburg. This channel is about why I moved to Sweden, the challenges I faced, and how I overcame them. Please, if you want you are interested in this story, please like and subscribe and even make a comment if you want to. Thank you. So let's continue with this story. Actually, the first time I truly felt like I belonged in Sweden was when one asked me for directions and I actually knew where they were going. I didn't need Google Maps. I didn't panic. I just pointed out and said, "You can take tram number this to that central station, and then when you get to the central station, then you can change to bus this." They were happy and I was happy. When they walked away, I just felt, oh, I'm not just surviving, but I'm part of Sweden. It was a good moment when I could give directions and I was understood. It proved that I learned something practical. It proved I had grown roots. And suddenly, all those hard days, getting lost, crying, struggling, they felt worth it. Because they brought me here to this feeling, not of perfection, but of belonging. Looking back, I realized something. Belonging doesn't happen all at once. It doesn't arrive with a visa or the moment you unpack your bags. It grows slowly through every mistake, every question, every awkward moment when you feel like giving up. I used to think I had to do everything perfectly to be accepted. But now I know it's okay to ask for help. It is okay not to know. It is okay to be new. The people who helped me along the way, most of them didn't even know what I was going through. But their small kindness, their patience, their quiet support, it gave me strength. And now I try to do the same. I look out for the new girl who is quiet at lunch. I speak slowly for someone still learning Swedish. I remember how much that meant to me. If you are watching this and you are in that place, feeling lost, unsure, overwhelmed, I want you to hear this. You are not alone. You are not behind. And you are not failing. You are growing. And you are strong. And one day, I promise, you will look back and see how far you come. Maybe you give someone directions, or maybe you realize you made a home in one place that once felt impossible. That day will come, I promise you. Just keep going. You are stronger than you think. When I first arrived in Sweden, everything felt strange. The silence was the first thing I noticed. People weren't talking loudly on the streets or in buses like back home in Uganda. No music from the shops, no greetings from strangers, just cold air and quiet faces. I remember getting on the wrong tram and one day just ending up somewhere far from where I was supposed to go. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know how to ask. I stood at the tram stop with frozen fingers and holding a paper, just a map someone had given me. I was scared to ask for help and embarrassed that I didn't know how to say even the simplest things. The loneliness that hit hard. Back home in Uganda, you always have people around, family, neighbors, and even strangers who greet you. In Sweden, you can spend days without anyone asking how you are, especially in the beginning when you don't have friends, no network. So in that case, calling home helped me a lot. But the phone bills were just crazy. I remember arguing with my husband about it. I was calling Uganda almost every day, just to hear a familiar voice, just to feel a little less lost. Even the small things were hard, like buying a bus ticket, understanding a letter from the tax office, shopping for groceries, when everything was in Swedish, or still is in Swedish. I often asked myself, what am I doing here? Was this a mistake? But I kept on going, even when I cried, even when I felt invisible, even when I didn't feel smart or strong or welcome. And now when I look back, those were the hardest days, but also the days that taught me who really I am. So my friends, I tell you, I just kept on. I just kept on. I never gave up. I just kept on. There is a moment I'll never forget. There was a classmate in the, how you call it, a nursing program or Omvonas program mate. She notes how I was always sitting alone during the fika breaks. One day, she just sat beside me and said, "Do you want to go over the notes together?" That one question made me feel seen. And I remember another incident. It was my first job at the group bonde. A colleague slowed down her Swedish so I could follow the conversation. She didn't make me feel stupid. She made me feel included. Those small moments, they were moments that helped me grow. Not because someone fixed everything for me, but because they reminded me that I wasn't invisible, that I had a place here. I started speaking more, asking more questions. I stopped pretending I understood everything. And I started saying, "Can you explain that again?" And every time I did, I felt braver. Step by step, I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was learning. I was adapting. And even if I didn't realize it yet, I was becoming part of someone in Sweden, someone who counted. Please let me remind you, subscribe, write a comment, like, and share. Thank you.